Good times. Alrighty then. So, it is 11:39 a.m. March 11th, 20 of the 24. And we're back for more The Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky. FC for the PC. FC for the PC. Aw, yeah, that just sounds like a piece of chocolate peanut butter candy, doesn't it? Yes, it does. Okay. We're gonna rock and roll the night away is what we're gonna do. Also, my controller's not on, so that's fun. Always good to come prepared. Hello? Can we, Sir? We're gonna have to reboot the game. Like, really? Is that really what's gonna have to happen here? Apparently so. That's the dumbest thing I've ever seen. Fine, I'll reboot the freaking game, you jerk. That's just, Stephen Hasty always has to be a jerk at my streams for some reason. I don't know why. You heard incorrectly. It's actually Watermelon Warlord. But close. Close, but no cigar. Fun fact. Okay. Let's reboot the game so I can actually use my controller. Might actually help out a little bit. It's some new awesome artwork I found of Beto from Genshin Impact. It was like my favorite character of all time. Despite the fact that I don't play Genshin anymore, but she's still my favorite character ever. So, alright, anywho, well, what the hell? What are we doing here? What are we doing, man? We're not loading autosaves. Last time we finished the prologue, so we're gonna jump into chapter 1. That's what we're gonna do. It's gonna be the coolest thing that's ever happened in the history of time. Or not. Joshua style.
Estelle, are you in there?
Oh, so it looks like there is English voice acting for chapter 1. Cool. Well, wasn't sure if there was or not. You heard correctly.
Joshua?
Dinner's ready. Just to let you know, we'll be having roasted basil chicken and onion soup gratin.
That sounds pretty good, actually. Not gonna lie.
That sounds so good. I'll come down later, so why don't you two go on ahead and eat?
All right. Well, make sure to come down before your food gets cold.
Food gets cold.
The Wheel of Fortune card. Again.
Fun fact, you have to get links. It's not a choice.
Something really is going on. I just can't see what it is. Where's Estelle?
She said to go ahead and eat without her. She didn't seem to have an appetite.
I see.
He sure is. I would say Surge is better because of his elemental, but because Lynx is dark and a lot of enemies are strong against dark, but otherwise, he is really good.
She took the news a lot better than I thought she would.
It's not surprising she doesn't want to come out of her room, seeing as how close she is with her father.
I agree.
As long as you do all of Glenn's side quests to unlock dual wielding, where he becomes the strongest character in the game. Fun fact.
So, what do you think about all of this, Shara?
Takes a lot of work, but it's definitely worth it.
Is it an accident or an incident?
A major incident.
To be honest, I couldn't say either way. Your dad is a top-class bracer. When it comes to crisis management, he's the best there is.
The best there was and the best there ever will be. Oh, yeah! You know what I'm talking about.
Whichever it is, if your father happens to be there, it'll be resolved.
Guile. Although it's theorized that he is actually Magus. Which he could be, but who knows.
But the fact is, an airliner, along with your father, has gone missing.
In other words, what you're trying to say is that things that shouldn't have happened, happened, right?
Don't lose heart on me now.
Fun fact, there's a mod that takes off Guile's mask to make him look more like Magus.
You need to be a stout wall of support and bear Estelle up. I'll get to work tomorrow and see what I can find out.
Man, it sure smells good down here.
Longer
I can't stand it any longer.
style. Da, da, it's freaking Estelle.
Estelle, are you okay?
I'm so hungry, I thought I was gonna pass out. Oh, this looks so good.
This is so bad.
Aren't you two having any? This is great. The basil flavor really comes out when you roast it. You sure know how to cook, Joshua.
Well, thanks.
Come on, Shara. Don't just sit there, too.
Don't just sit there like a roast.
Don't you want to drink some of my dad's brandy from his secret stash? I'm pretty sure there's a bottle of Steinrose that's about 20 years old in there.
For Steinrose is an infamous brand of alcohol in Zamoria.
Did you say Steinrose? And 20 years old, too?
I got her attention.
Shara, what do you think you're doing?
Sorry, Estelle. I'm going to have to pass this time. By the way, what were you doing up in your room?
She was she was watching Lancer streams.
You didn't come down even after Joshua called you for supper.
Huh? Oh, right. I was just looking for some extra underwear.
See? Told ya. Should've listened.
I was having a bit of trouble finding one of my favorites because it was stuffed in the back of the drawers.
Underwear?
Underwear, it's better than overwear.
Oh, and a set of gear for traveling. I mean, who knows how long we'll be gone, so I figured as long as we're prepared, we'll have nothing to worry about.
So, what you're saying is... you intend to head to Bose to find your father?
Well, duh. That's a no-brainer.
In fact, I heard since the prologue, she's actually watched 14 Lancer streams back to back. True fact, true story.
And while I can't imagine anything bad happening to him, despite his horrible luck, waiting around just doesn't suit me. So I'm gonna go check things out for myself.
You really are something else. Whether it's your positive attitude or thick skin, I can't say, but...
What? You're so rude, Joshua! But you're coming along too, right?
Of course. However, it looks like all airliner flights have been canceled until the Army finishes their search.
Battle of the Joshes style.
It seems like the only way to Bose is on foot.
Walk to Bose, huh? I wonder how long that's gonna take.
For a bracer on foot, if they hurry, they can make it there in about half a day. But if that's the route you're taking, that makes things easy. I think I'll tag along as well.
Really? You'll come with us? But aren't you busy with a bunch of other jobs?
Hey, I trained under your father, right? Did you honestly think I'd just sit here when something could have happened to the person I owe so much to?
He's gonna come along.
I'm going to talk to Aina and have her pass my jobs at the guild to another member.
Like Ridge? I think he's the only other member. At least that we've seen.
Shara?
We really appreciate this, Shara.
You really shouldn't be thanking me. I just can't leave a job as big as this up to a bunch of newbies.
I hate to say it, but you're probably right.
Probably.
Oh well, since Shara's along for the ride now, I do feel a bit more confident.
We appreciate you coming along with us.
I heard Stephen Hasty feels confident.
Myself as well. Anyway, let's make sure to drop by the guild tomorrow morning before we leave. I'll need to explain the situation to Aina.
Dun, da, 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 da. Chapter 1, Disappearance of the Lind. One time when a smart guy called a newscaster, when they talked about stuff, when the smart guy said he would be hiding under there, when the newscaster said underwear. Underwear under there.
I understand the situation now. To be frank though, with Sherazard taking off after Cassius, I'm going to be really short-handed. But since this involves him directly, please don't worry about anything.
Like that time Frank Solich got in trouble for banging a cheerleader.
I really appreciate this, Aina. Make good use of Ridge while we're gone. You should be able to deal with at least 3 times his normal workload.
Cheerleader style.
Don't you think that's a bit harsh?
Like that time Yuna dressed up as a cheerleader.
Don't worry. If things get too hectic, I'll ask for help from the Gransel branch. By the way, Sherazard, can I get a minute? I'd like to talk to you about the job you were going to do.
Oh.
Sure, no problem. Estelle, Joshua, could I have you two wait upstairs? I'll be done in a minute.
Understood.
Like that time Joshua got disqualified from Battle of the Joshes for killing one of the Joshes. Apparently that's against the rules.
Shara? If we're going to be waiting, would you mind if we did it out in front of the clock tower? I'd like to say hi to someone.
Uh-oh.
Huh?
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, then let's meet up in front of the clock tower.
Clock tower. The San Francisco treat.
As soon as I'm done here, I'll head over there myself.
I hiccuped, fun fact.
Got it. Come on, Joshua.
Come on, Joshua.
Sure.
If there's a real significance with this clock tower for Estelle, we'll find out about that. Septian Calendar 1075. Erected in partnership with the Liberal Royal Family, Septian Church in Roland City. You said erect. Septian Calendar 1192, destroyed during the 100 Days War when Roland was bombarded by the Erebonian Imperial Army. That's too bad. Septian Calendar 1197, rebuilt with the cooperation of the citizens of Roland.
Every time I see this clock tower, I always think they sure did a superb job restoring it after the war. You can sure feel the spirit of Roland's people from this.
Joshua? What do you think about going up with me and waiting until Shara shows up?
You mean the clock tower? Sure, I don't mind.
Okay, come on.
Come on, everybody! Do 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 do. That's it.
The morning air is so refreshing. Hey, look, Joshua. We can see the house from here.
You're right, I can see the roof. But do you want to tell me what's going on since you've always avoided coming up here? I was under the impression that you didn't like this place.
That's not quite it.
I like this place, but I just can't casually come up here.
Even though we come up here every time we do our rounds, but that's beside the point.
Because this is the place where my mom died.
What?
Yep.
10 years ago, during the war, when the Imperial Army surrounded Roland, they bombarded the symbol of the city, the clock tower, to try and get the citizens to surrender.
A bunch of jerks.
This was at the time Dad was fighting in the Royal Army. I wanted to see who he was fighting against, so I climbed up the clock tower. And when the bombardment started, I couldn't get away. When I came to, I hardly had a scratch on me. My mother had saved me. I was wrapped tightly in her arms, shielded from the rubble. And as I cried, she sang my favorite lullaby. But when they finally dug us free, after the war ended and this place had been rebuilt, I avoided coming here for the most part.
Which is understandable why.
It's not because I have painful memories of this place, though. It's just, when I come here, a part of me wants so much to draw on her strength. Plus, I felt that I can't be strong like her if I'm always trying to rely on her.
Estelle.
But today's okay, right? Relying on her just this once. Asking her to bring Dad home safely. Asking her to protect him.
Of course it is. And don't worry, Dad's safe for sure.
Nothing can stop him. Not even Newfie.
Your mother's protecting him, so there's no doubt in my mind that he's safe. And if he happens to be in a bit of trouble, then you can come to his rescue. Just like your mother did for you, you can do the same for your dad. And don't forget, I'm here to help you too.
Joshua.
I know I can't completely understand everything you've been through, but I can stay here by your side as I am now. And if you need a shoulder to cry on, you've always got mine. So... Huh?
Joshua, you're trying too hard.
Way to ruin a heartwarming moment.
You shouldn't say things like that so lightly.
Well, what do you mean?
If I were any other girl, I would have totally misinterpreted your intentions right now. You are seriously the type who's going to have problems with romantic relationships in the future.
Indeed. He's probably gonna get kicked in the members quite often.
I'm already starting to get worried.
Well, excuse me for trying to be nice. Why do you have to be like that when someone is genuinely worried about you?
Thanks for cheering me up, Joshua. I feel a lot better now.
I guess as long as I get some kind of thanks, it was worth looking like a complete fool.
Whoa!
But you are unbelievable. I swear to Adios, you try to do something nice.
Don't be so mad. I'm really thankful, believe it or not. So how about we get down from here, huh? I'm sure Shara's waiting for us.
I'm sure she is.
You're probably right.
Do-do-do.
Mom, I finally realized why I wanted to become a bracer. It's so I could become strong and protect others, just like you. So please watch and see. I won't fail to bring Dad home safe again.
Of course not. That would just be silly.
Aww, the two of you had such a cute scene going on up there. Why, my cheeks even feel a bit hot just thinking about it.
What's that supposed to mean? You were spying on us?
Give me some credit, will you?
There's Luke in the background, hanging out. Playing his Game Boy Advance.
I just happened to see you when I looked up to check the time. I sure wish I had an orbital camera to get a shot of that view.
Come on.
What are you trying to say, Shara? That's called family bonding, plain and simple. It's kind of like your habit of hugging everyone after your third bottle of wine.
Let's not get into that.
What's with the sigh?
I think the fourth bottle of wine is where the stripping starts going.
You really don't know how to take a joke, do you? Well, whatever. Did you say hi to Lena while you were up there?
Yeah.
Lena! Not quite Lena Scissorhands, but it'll have to do for now.
I even asked for her to watch over Dad.
I see. Then I guess it looks like you're all set. You know, Lena's protection is equal to that of the goddess herself. Your dad's safety is pretty much guaranteed.
Cool.
I think you might be giving her a little too much credit.
Now that you mention it, you met Estelle's mother before, right, Shara?
Yeah, when I was a child.
Child style.
I was still in a troupe at the time.
A troupe?
Yeah, a troupe in a traveling circus. Shara was a dancer.
Indeed.
Although it was a long time ago, we first met when she came to Roland with the circus.
We'll be learning more about her background in the second game.
12 years ago, to be exact. I was 11 and Estelle was 4. And because of that chance encounter, when I became a bracer, I trained under your father.
I didn't know that.
Maybe I'll tell you about it sometime when I get a chance.
Maybe.
Are you about ready to head out for Bose? With airliner flights cancelled, we'll just have to make our way to Bose the old-fashioned way, by foot. First, we'll need to make our way to the Verte Bridge checkpoint, which sits on the border of the Bose region.
Which is where we went for that training session.
The Verte Bridge is located at the west end of the Milch Main Road.
It looks like we're all set, so let's go.
Yeah.